Hi everybody, it's Stephanie Graham, Soapreneur. All right, I wonder if I'm able to go live without making you dizzy. Sorry about that. All right, let's see if we can get this on here. Okay, so I'm just going to take you with me while I iron this fabric and talk about pricing your memory bears and discounts. It was something that was brought up in our group. And disclaimer, I don't give legal or tax advice. And this is your business and you do with it as you want to. There's always a debate on pricing, and there can even be a bigger debate on whether or not you should give a discount to large orders, like 3 or more memory bears, that type of thing, or a memory bear. And anyways, when a customer orders more than just one item from you, and some people say they give a percentage off if they order X amount of items, and that's fine. Some people give free shipping. Others add, free personalization, things like that. And, if that's what works for you and your business and your business goals, then I say go for it. That's up to you. But if you're if you're trying to decide if it's right for you or not, this is where knowing your income goals. If you've taken any of my classes, we talk about income goals and why you even started this business anyways. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go to soapreneur.com and get on the newsletter. The newsletter is free. And if you're on there, I already sent it out today. So yay, happy Friday sews, everybody. If you're new, welcome. Please like and subscribe, follow along, and leave a comment so you can tell YouTube that you're interested in this. And if you're not new, welcome back. Thank you for your support. All right, so again, this is Stephanie Grahams, and moving back to our topic, here's my thoughts. First of all, my thought is just that it's mine. It's my personal thought, and I'm going to share with you some of my goals and why I think this way. So my goal is to replace my full-time job. All right, and I won't go into dollar amounts with you, but I do know the dollar amount. I have it written down exactly to the penny what I would need to make just to replace my income. Not anything extra, not vacation money, not extra spending money, not anything else like that. Just what it's going to take to replace my full-time job. And then obviously I know what bills I pay out of my full-time job. I mean, that's written down also. So I would recommend that you write all that down, like, or what is your purpose or reason for going from a hobby person, you do this as a hobby, to making a business out of it. A business, by easy definition, is to make a profit, not just cut even. All right. So I'm speaking from being a business owner. I want to replace my full-time income, my full-time job, and it will require me to work X amount of hours, X amount of dollars per hour, which would equal into how many products I need to make and sell every day, every week, every month, however you want to figure that out. Now, as far as giving a discount, I used to do that, and after a while I realized that really I'm not doing myself any good doing that. Um, if I was going to charge $60 for a memory bear, right? And I say, you know what, order 3 or more, and I'll cut it down to $55. At first, it doesn't really seem like that's, gonna hurt you in the end, but really it does, because making one bear and making 3 still takes the same amount of time. If it takes you 1 hour to make one bear, well, making 3 would take 3 hours. Well, if you're charging $15 per hour and you're making 3 bears, why would you give a discount and cut yourself short? So why would you go from working for $15 an hour to working more hours for less pay? I hope that makes sense, because your customers are already coming to you for your services. They already know your skills and they already like what you show, so why would they come up to you and say, hey, can you give me a discount if I order more than one bear, if I order 3 bears with you, or 5 or 10? To me, that's not going to be that's not really my kind of client. That's not my kind of customer. If they're already asking you to lower your value to fit their budget, that's backwards in business. That's an expensive hobby. If you watch Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful talks about a business is to make money, but if it's costing you more money than you're making, then you have an expensive hobby. And I know that's how I ran my business when I first started, because I would hear, obviously, terrible stories. I mean, let's be honest. Our industry hears all kinds of horrible stories. And I'll get to another point on that. But not all the time. I've had really good customers. She wanted to upcycle her wedding dress for her daughter that was getting married, so she ordered one memory bear and 3 or 4 hankies for the men to put in their tuxedo or suit pockets for the wedding. Nobody passed away. The bride got to enjoy her mother's wedding gown on her special day, and the mother was there to enjoy it as well. So, it's not always sad. Memory bears aren't technically just about those who have passed. Remember, if you're in any of my lesson or classes, we talk about memory bears, sentimental, keepsake, comfort. There's all kinds of terms for what we provide. That's why it's really, really important to know who your customer base is. But I digress. So, consider your value. There's always going to be a discount seeker, a freebie seeker, but I bet you they don't walk into Starbucks and say, hey, get me a venti iced pumpkin spice latte, but could you sell it to me for $3 instead of $5? That's just not going to happen, because that is business. And maybe you need to hold yourself accountable like I did. When I became a business, I had to set boundaries in my business. I needed to have my contract, policy, facts, terms of service, everything in writing, everything. And then I published it on my website. My customers know when they come to me how much it's going to cost, how I'm going to charge. They know they're expecting to pay the price that I have listed on my website. That way there's nobody asking me, hey, can you give me a discount? If I have a customer, and I've had customers that could not afford to pay the total up front, I did have a layaway. I allowed them to make payments on their order. And this is where we get into another fact of collecting. You need to collect half of your total order up front, and that would be non-refundable. My company, it's non-refundable because now I've just taken my time to block out your dates. Now remember, I don't block out any dates on my calendar until I receive half of the money and their clothes. Then I block off the dates on my calendar. I'm not going to have somebody take my time off my calendar without me having their clothing and half down. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's very helpful to you. And once you realize that you're a business and not a hobby and not a nonprofit and not a volunteer, but yet a business is here to make money and provide really good services. Once you realize that and respect that of yourself, it becomes a whole lot easier to decide what your value is in this industry, in this marketplace. Once or twice a year, I do volunteer my services, and I do not advertise that. I learned a long time ago that volunteering these types of services, you will get burned out quickly, and people will take advantage of you and your kindness. And so I decided that that was not going to happen to me ever again. And that way, and that's my own fault, right? I didn't have anybody to tell me otherwise. I didn't have anybody to talk to me about the business side of sewing. And, it's just very, very important that you realize that you're either a business or a hobby. Respect yourself, respect your own terms, respect your own goals. Know what they are, put it in writing. Nothing really becomes real until it's in writing. So definitely put it in writing. Get yourself accountable to your business and your business goals. Stick with your decision. If you're not in my if you're not in my Facebook group, I will try to post a link below this video, and that way you can join us over there for some really good discussions, and you can post questions and I answer them. We're a pretty good group. We're small. We're still a very small group, but always welcome some more sewpreneurs over there. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my mock burgundy red velveteen Christmas tree pin stabilized cutout. This is just a project that I have to work on. It's for a display that I have to get done. And then I have not finished the baby clothes quilt yet, which is fine. The customer knows it takes a little while to get it done, but also they're not in any hurry. So there was no time limit with that. Let's see here. Obviously, if there's a time limit, that would have been done first. All right, so hopefully I gave you some ideas on whether or not to offer discounts on your services, and just to really try to help you guys out. All right, I will talk to you again soon. Bye, guys. Oops.